Hi guys, it's Legionero. Welcome back to the channel. This is day 2 of our 12 days of DIY Christmas ideas. And today we're doing a beanie. So it's now fall, it's getting colder outside, the temperature is changing, and with my short haircut, I love a beanie. I usually go to Walmart and get the ones for $1 or $2, but I was searching around Pinterest and I found one that I would like to make. So that's what we'll be making today for day 2. All you're going to need is some fabric, and I cut this square 22 inches. It's 22 on all 4 sides, so 22 by 22. All right. You'll need some pins, of course, your sewing machine and your coordinating thread and your scissors, and let's get started. All right, so this is a very stretchy jersey knit fabric. It has a 4-way stretch, so it stretches really well. And how I got the measurements for this, I just measured the circumference around my head, which was 21 inches, and I added an inch. And since this fabric is so stretchy, it's going to stretch. You want it to still be a little snug. You don't want a loose fitting beanie. All right, so I have my right side facing up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this with right sides facing, and I'm going to pin all the way down. And putting this together is similar to how you put together the infinity scarf yesterday. So you're going to pin all the way down, and you're going to leave a small opening, and that's so you can turn your beanie to the right side. One thing I don't like about this fabric is it rolls. That's not my favorite thing about this fabric. When you are working with a jersey or any knit fabric, you want to make sure that you're using the stretch stitch on your machine. Mine is a narrow zigzag stitch. And you also want to make sure you're using the right needle. So you want to make sure that you are using a jersey or ballpoint or stretch needle when you're working with knit fabric. Right, once you have your fabric pinned all the way down, make sure you pick a spot where you're going to leave your opening, and then you just take it to the sewing machine and sew. You sew down, then you stop, back stitch, and then come to your next spot where you're leaving the opening, back stitch, and sew the rest of the way. All right, and I'll meet you back here at the table. All right, so we have our side sewn, so it looks like a little tube, kind of like the infinity scarf from yesterday, day 1. This is your opening right here. So what you're going to do, you're going to take one bottom corner, and this is the bottom corner on my left, and I'm just going to take it up so it meets the top corner on the right. So kind of like a crisscross. I'm just going to take a pin, I'm going to pin that in place. Right, so I'm going to take the other corner here, that's now to my right, and I'm going to match it up with the top corner on my left. Right, so a crisscross. Alright, so what you're going to do now, you have 4 layers. So you have your top layer, this is your second and third layer, and then this is your 4th layer. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your second and third layer and you're just going to tuck it in, right? And you're going to pin the 1st and the 4th, right? So basically the outside layers you're going to pin. So this is my 1st layer, my 2nd and my 3rd are tucked in, and I'm pinning it to my 4th layer. Right, make sure that's out of the way when you're pinning and sewing. Right. Alright, so now we're going to take this to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you how we need to sew this together. So when you start sewing, you're going to start a little bit away from this first pin and more closer to the second pin. Alright. So just make sure that 2nd and 3rd layer is tucked down, and you're going to start about maybe an inch away from your first pin, but I'm going to show you this at the sewing machine. All right, so this is what you're going to do. Make sure that second and third is tucked down. And remember, we said we're not sewing at the edge where that first pin is. We're going to come down about an inch. Again, making sure that that second and third layer is out of the way. And I'm sewing here about 3/8 of an inch. Alright, so you're going to sew. And you're going to stop before you get to that last pin. I'm taking my pin out, and what you're going to do, you're going to pull so you're still sewing those two outer layers. So pull, and you're still sewing the two outer layers. Eventually you're going to sew all the way around, including that second and third layer, but pull, make sure you're still sewing just the outer layers. Alright, and go slow when you do this. Continue to pull those outer layers. You're going to continue to pull those outer layers until you sew all the way around. You're going to continue to pull those layers until you are back where you started. Alright, so now that you've sewn all the way around, now let's look for the opening that we left. Alright, so here's my opening. Go ahead and turn your beanie to the right side. Once you get it turned to the right side, all you have to do now is take it to the sewing machine and close up your opening that you left. And this one, remember yesterday where we top stitched all the way around? You don't have to do that because we're going to hide this on the inside. Alright, so go to the sewing machine, sew up the opening that you left. Once you get it all turned around all nice and neat, go sew up your opening. Right? Now that that stitch is on the inside, you turn it to the right side. You can take this to the ironing board, give it a good press. And now you have a cute little beanie with a twist tie at the top. And if you have a long ponytail, your ponytail can stick out of the top of the beanie. Isn't that cute? Alright guys, that's it. Now your beanie is all done. I will link all of the references for this video in the description box below because I did find this idea on Pinterest. So I'll link that information in the description box below. And if you haven't had a chance to check out day one, which is our infinity scarf, I'll link that in the description box as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in day 3. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified for each time I post a video. I'll see you in day 3 of our 12 days of DIY Christmas ideas.